Grapes.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say gravy.
Gravy goes on mashed potato.
Not with salad, not with salad.
Gravy goes with mashed potato.
Not with salad, not with salad.
Not with Trudy, not with Trudy, 'cause my wife really hates all gravies.
So does
Even though
Kelsey.
I think gravy is
Tasty.
Oddly enough, I too hate all gravies.
No, false. That can't be true.
That is true.
No.
Well, I don't hate gravy.
See, right
Look,
away,
no.
I caught you in your
automatically
your
Let me
deception.
clarify. I do not eat gravy because I feel like if you need gravy on a particular food item, you cannot cook that food item.
Country fried steak.
No.
Country fried steak with no gravy?
No, that's what you got mashed potatoes for.
Get the fuck out of here.
But
I just feel like I know you, and now I don't feel like I know you at all. Do you think our podcast is good enough to not have gravy on it?
yeah.
I don't know.
Grape gravy.
Perfect.
Gravy.
Grapey.
Gravy.
Gravy.
Cover my biscuits in gravy, baby.
No.
Yeah, cover my Grisbits in bakey.
Disgusting.
What just happened to words? Thoughts of poop and things that nerds might like. If you're a geek and you want to freak, there's four best friends that gather weekly here.
Hey, everybody, I'm Dane Holland, and I'm coming to a console near you very soon.
I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer, and I'm classic.
I'm Marcus, the undead dork. I'm Electric Man.
I'm Austin Tiny Zent, and I'm going to see who has the wrinkliest brain nodules.
Ooh, I want to iron out all my brain wrinkles in this episode of Nerd Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And I'm here to talk about present/future with 2022, the year that is now. We love video games. I would say with a slight passion sometimes.
Yeah,
depending
too much.
on the game. Yeah,
Too much, maybe
depending
even.
on the game. It can get weird. But I want to talk about some games that a lot of people are looking forward to that are coming this year, and some of the games on this list I didn't even know were happening. So that's going to be very exciting because some of you might not know that either. I went on to Polygon.com. It's a website to where they do all things video game and basically nerd culture, and it's fantastic. And they've got a list of the 50 most anticipated games coming this year, and which I know is subjective as far as like which games are people are most looking forward to, but they're a video game website. They pretty much know what they're talking
And
about.
I like lists. I like lists like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they give somebody who doesn't have, a following of the
Right.
culture
Yeah.
a glimpse into, what looks like something I would be interested in.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to go through all 50. I've just kind of cherry-picked a few that I think that we are going to look forward to, and I just want to see our initial reaction to hearing that it's going to be a game or a sequel or how we've enjoyed games in the past involved with the titles. But Avatar, the James Cameron movie series Avatar, has a video game that's supposed to be coming out this year.
The one movie series.
Oh, really?
Hmm?
The one movie series?
Avatar, he's like...
The
he's-
second one's coming out.
This year.
This year.
Finally?
What?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. But it's just like...
Listen to Sourpuss. What happened
Well, it's just taking him so long. It's taking him forever. I've been hearing about this trilogy and this, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. But then there's nothing. There's just one movie that was Pocahontas in space, basically.
I said that to somebody today in the store, and it blew their mind because their eyes looked at me in a way of like, Oh my God. Because I was talking about how I loved the visuals of it, but then it was
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's part of that that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, like that's not like an invalid thing to try to do, maybe.
my
but
exact words were, yeah, it is kind of just Pocahontas in space, though, isn't it?
for sure.
And his eyes went like wide open, like I've never thought of this. What has happened?
But there's a video game coming out for it, and it's called Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. And apparently,
Yes.
pizza and coffee don't make my mouth work good.
And milk.
Yes, Daddy.
Plenty of milk. You play a Navi fighting against humanity's Resources Development Administration, which is a really boring name for a bad guy club.
I love it, though.
Man, I didn't ever realize it was Pocahontas mixed with Fern Gully because that's exactly what's happening.
It's like the game Civilization, but in reverse.
But you know, if there's a good, deep expansion of the lore, like I'll be in for
Sure,
that. I'll be in
yeah.
for it. I mean, there's enough there to go on, but it's just like there's not much there to go.
And if he can make me visually drunk like he did in the first one by his 3D effects and how well it was shot, yeah.
Well, but even the game, like it seems like just by playing, like I mean, because what style of game is this game?
I think it's open world adventure game.
Right, so you'd be picking up items and things.
Yeah, that's what it looks like just from this small little bit of me looking at it. There's a bunch of dinosaur-looking creatures and stuff. But yeah, you know how successful video games based after movie series are.
Right.
For most of them. Although I did really enjoy the Matrix, one of the first Matrix games that ever came out. That one was actually a lot of fun. Terrible game, but it was a lot of fun. Another one coming out that looks like a lot of fun is called Choo-Choo Charles. It's a survival horror train game, which looks like a combination of Blair Witch and The Legend of Zelda.
What? No.
Yeah, it's this demon train with like the one that I'm looking at right now. It's a demon train that looks like it has a clown face with big long teeth and spider legs.
Ooh.
A new
Yeah, it's
fear
gross.
has arrived.
No, it was always there.
It's always there.
It's always been there.
Spider clown trains.
Yes.
I never knew trains would be involved with it.
Ever since my neighbor Totoro.
Marcus, you're
No!
showing a secret to Austin.
Hold
Would
on,
you
hold
like
on.
to share with the class? Oh, the picture
get
of the
behind
scare
that.
train.
Showing them the scary train.
I can
Yeah.
get behind that.
Yeah.
And inside
Join our
of it.
Discord later to see the picture of the scary spider train that I'm sure Tiny will put in there because I'll forget.
I will fight from the caboose all the way up to the engine, Snowpiercer style, inside of that one.
There's another game called Cursed to Golf. And the way they describe it is it's the Dark Souls of side-scrolling golf roguelikes.
Okay.
So that has a lot to do with our last episode where we talked about both Dark Souls games and roguelikes/roguelites. But this one involves a lot of golf. Apparently it's golf purgatory that you're fighting your way through. And I think it sounds like a blast. Because there's a game called Golf Story that is for the Switch, and it may be for PC as well. I can't remember, but it's like a little RPG game where you're a guy playing golf, and you go through all these like quests and stuff, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Looks like a
and
platformer as well.
ridiculous.
Like, how do you
Yes.
defeat enemies?
How do you defeat
I
enemies?
think you hit
with
the golf
balls?
ball into their
Yeah.
head, and it bounces around the.
Man.
It bounces around the.
Like, are you
map or
serious? Are
something?
you like literally hitting golf balls like they're laser
Sure.
beams or something?
There's also a screenshot here of him in a little character in a golf cart. So maybe you ride a golf cart around too. I don't know.
There's gonna be so many things. Like
So
what?
is the hole your enemy? Like you put your ball in the hole, that's how you kill it?
I'm looking at.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Imagine like your little character, and it's like shows you the arc of your shot, and like you can like kind of just try to aim, like kind of Angry Bird style almost. It looks like from the screenshot of you where you hit the ball and try to hit the enemy with it.
Weird.
It's one of those games that I would put on my wish list and wait for it to get down to like $2 to give it a shot.
Right.
But it might be fantastic, like Golf Story. Like I paid full price for Golf Story, and it was worth every penny of it. Another game, Marcus, called Dune Spice Wars.
Oh wow.
If you would like to look up what that looks like.
Well, I think I've seen something about this, but it looks like just kind of one of those stupid build your thing and wait 10 minutes to upgrade your castle.
Yeah, it almost looks like a phone game.
Yeah, right.
It's a real-time strategy game. So I don't know. Me and real-time strategies, because that's what Civilization is, right? That's considered an RTS.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned on the show before what happened to me when I played Civ 5 for the first time ever and the only time ever, to where an entire day went by and I didn't know that it happened. Because I didn't leave the screen other than to use the restroom and maybe eat one meal that day. But they've never appealed to me whatsoever. But I played that one and it was amazing. But it's not made me want to play any more other ones in that.
It made you realize
genre.
like how little you've really accomplished and how much time you've spent on it, and you're like, I don't really want to do that again, because then you want to play it in little spurts and it's just not
can't.
enough.
No, you can't.
Yeah, there's no
Because
little
they
spurt.
keep giving you these little bitty objectives that keep moving you along, and it's like, oh well, that won't take long to do that little thing, and then that builds up to another little objective that you can complete, and it slowly rewards you at just the right pace
There are some.
for you to keep playing.
I'll probably do a topic on it at some point, but there are some really good RTSs, and I want to talk about those at some point because
sure.
I feel like a lot of them, like you said, a phone game. Like it's like those. There's a Game of Thrones version one, but it's really all just based on that one game, and it's not like Clash of Clans where there's actually some action where you can actually go and attack people. This one is just like all kind of text based.
See,
And it takes forever to build anything, and it just gets really annoying, and it tries to get you to pay to speed everything up.
Of course.
See, remind the audience of
But
what
those
the
are
title
popular.
of that name was. The game.
Of this game?
Yes.
This is Dune Spice Wars.
See,
so
I-
Dune, the movie series.
Yeah, but when I thought of that, I thought of characters from the series in a cooking simulator.
I kind of thought of the Spice Girls.
Oh, that would be good too.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see, because I don't know. There are probably Dune video games, but I think most of them are
Trash.
trash. Old,
I mean, I would assume. I don't know.
or phone games, because movies love a good phone game. Ugh, it's gross. Elden Ring, which we spoke a little bit about last week.
Yeah, we should have done a little bit more on that one, because that one I feel like is very highly anticipated, even for people who aren't necessarily into that.
Yes, it's a biggie.
Yeah.
And even just if you love video games and let's say you don't like Dark Souls whatsoever, you're still a little bit, because that's like me. I haven't played much Dark Souls-like games at all because I don't have the patience. I'm still kind of excited for Elden Ring because everyone else is so excited about it.
Yeah.
It's like soccer. I don't give a shit about soccer. I hate it. But being around people that love soccer and a soccer game's on TV, I start to enjoy it a little bit, just because of the people around you just getting you so hyped up for it. So Elden Ring is one of those things that I think I may end up getting in at some point, because I believe it's multiplayer. Like you can play with other people through this open world, basically version of a Dark Souls kind of game.
Right.
And it's its own world too. Like it's its own, like it's not set in, the Elder Scrolls, universe or the Dark Souls universe.
I think that adds a lot to its like marketability. Oh my God, should I smack my mouth?
That was close. The team
I
was a
left out
little
the team.
silent. It's fine.
Just give it a forehead tap. There we go,
Yeah.
boy.
Marketability, they want to put George R.R. Martin's name on it. I mean, his name's like basically cashing checks nowadays.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
awesome.
not writing books. I know that.
No.
I was going to make a comment such as if he spent more time booking and less time gaming, we'd have gaming.
I know, but imagine,
and-
put yourself in his shoes, man. He was a kid in the 70s who loved fantasy. He was a nerd. He was.
Yeah, but he's writing prequels and he's not even finished his main storyline.
No, I understand 100%.
George?
I get it.
Fix your shit. Get it.
I
Get
love
your
George.
shit.
I
Put
love
it on your
George.
table. Fix it to where it's not broken anymore, to where it's solid and not bent in the middle, and give us the rest of the books.
Books need to be bent in the middle for you to be able to have the pages.
I was talking about his shit.
Oh shit. Okay, my apologies.
Lay it out flat. Don't let it go
Another thing
splat.
about Elden Ring, though, I think a lot of people are going to be frustrated if they're getting into it for a PvP like scenario. I think it's going to be like you're going to
Be a
get
nightmare.
destroyed.
Yes.
If you're like kind of a casual, I mean, some people, if you like speed run those games and stuff, whatever, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, just like me, are going to be like, "Oh my God, never ever even land a hit."
you think you're excited for it, and then you actually get in it, and
Right,
it's like,
right.
okay.
But see, I would be
should've
excited
never
just for
done
the
this.
straight just the game.
Oh, yeah.
Not the PvP, because the game's going to be hard enough for me to beat.
Yeah, PvE, player versus environment. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
God of War has a new game coming out this year, which I feel like the last God of War just came out, but it's
been a while.
Yeah, but it's been so popular and so successful that it still feels relatively new. The last God of War, because I still see like video game channels on YouTube still going through it and playing it, and people still talking about it because the voice acting, just the storyline, the gameplay. It's so good. Apparently, I haven't played it yet, but the Wolf, a former member of the show, a former shadow member of the show, actually.
Ooh,
secret.
Because y'all haven't heard him before.
Our producer.
Yeah, there we go. He loves the God of War series, and I still hear him talk about it. And God of War Ragnarok will be the newest one to come out for this upcoming year.
I've always loved the old God of War games. I barely played the new one though. I'm sure it's great. I never really got it.
It looks
never
phenomenal.
Got into it.
It looks so good.
Looks so good.
The sound, and you can throw your axe or whatever, and then it comes
recall
back
it.
to you, and you can just throw it into a wall and go around, do whatever, and then you can just hold your hand out and it just zips back to your hand. It looks really cool.
I absolutely hate that idea
Why?
because I don't have enough time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
God of War game. The reason I never played the last God of War game is based on the other God of War games, and that was, it doesn't matter when I start, I'm going as long as I can humanly go. Like I'm exerting energy playing a video game.
Yeah.
And I can't go through that. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy.
Let's see. There are so many highly sought after games that are coming out this year. I'm gonna have to kind of speed through a couple of these.
I love the story. That was what I was getting at.
Gotcha.
And I don't have time.
Hogwarts Legacy, an open world like Harry Potter game. I mean, that's basically all I have to say about that to get people excited
You're
about
a
it.
Harry Wizard.
You're a
Potter.
Harry Wizard Potter. Exactly.
In the 1800s, though.
Yes.
You're a Horcrux,
So I
Harry.
wonder if Dumbledore's going to be young and he's going to be like an NPC or like a tag along character in the story.
He could be the one kind of stringing you along the whole time, telling you all the
I
secrets.
say that just because I have a friend that loves Harry Potter. I wish I did love Harry Potter. I've just never been able to get into that world.
Right.
I just don't really like my wizards to have a little piece of branch.
Pun
I
intended.
don't like the little stick
I
that you
think
have to wave around.
You missed the train because
Yeah, I
when
think
it
so.
came out when we were younger, we could follow along, as the characters were
Well,
younger and stuff.
I read all the books as a 33-year-old man, so
Well, we're also child men, so
I mean,
that helps.
I thoroughly enjoyed
That
them.
really helps.
I mean, I like
You've
some
written?
children's books.
Yeah.
No, I've not written. I've read some children's books and that I really like. But I don't know.
Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, which, I mean, again, not much to say about that other than, heck yes, it's going to be amazing because Breath of the Wild 1 is one of the best games ever made. And that's,
never played it.
That's not just me
Me
saying
neither.
that. That's kind of a unanimous decision. The Lord of the Rings Gollum is going to be a game where you're Gollum, and it's a stealth game, apparently. It's supposed to release for all consoles and PC. That sounds to me like a phone game. Like some of these games just sound like phone games to come out.
Why do you cry, poor Smeagol?
First we kill the hobbitses.
Yes.
Everybody does such a good job.
Burn it with nasty chips.
Yeah, man. Why not make a real Lord of the Rings game? I guess, because even Shadow of
Mordor. Yeah.
cool game. That's not Lord of the Rings.
Right.
That's not Tolkien. It's not the lore's all wrong. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
It's an incorrect game.
Oh, absolutely. That's not canon at all.
Marcus, you look upset.
No, I
Look
just wish
upset by that.
everybody was,
You was stroking your beard in anger.
Don't stroke your beard in anger.
I don't
Happy
know.
strokes.
I mean, I
Happy
think I'm more than able to wish for a good Lord of the Rings game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because we hadn't had one since PS2.
Was that the Mordor game?
Well, it was a good game, but I'm just not even counting as Lord of the Rings because it doesn't really resemble it other than there's orcs.
I played one. I don't remember what it was called, but I played it on my Xbox, and it was like the adventure was running parallel to Frodo.
So it was probably
So-
the movie games.
So
Those are
Sam,
actually pretty
I don't
good.
Yeah, the Two Towers and then Return of the King. They were bad for the time.
No, they weren't the movie games.
Okay.
It was a completely separate adventure. It had no characters in it that you knew, but they were doing an adventure at the same time that Frodo was.
Was it,
So you get little scenes from it here and there, and Gandalf was in it. And
Was
There's
it
also-
turn-based combat?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
I remember
don't
that.
I'm
think it was
bored.
Kingdom
I'm
Hearts
bored
style.
of hearing about this game.
That
I
game
don't
was
care.
boring. The
It
game
sounds
was boring.
boring. Oh no, there's one more that I'm just really excited about. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. It looks like one of the old school.
All of you are the worst of the
What is
worst
happening?
Of the worst. Still, welcome to Task Force X.
Did I say Task Force Ass?
I think it did.
What is happening?
what is this?
Did you do this?
No, it's not me.
Something that offends my eyes.
It has to be you.
No, I've
Wait,
never
is it
been
me?
connected to that.
Is it an ad on this website? Oh, I thought it was tiny.
No, that's why I was like looking
I
around like,
can't-
what the heck's going on?
No, that was an ad for the Suicide Squad video game that I don't care about at all. That's funny. I thought it was you. I thought, especially when it said Task Force Ass. It sounded like
No, it
something
was-
you would put on there.
No, I was confused.
I was genuinely confused
Me
too.
too. I have no idea what's going on. Last game, just real quick. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. It looks like the old school Ninja Turtles side-scrolling arcade game that you would play at the skating rink, and it's going to be coming out for the Switch and Windows PC as well. And it looks like it's going to be so much fun because they just can make games like this so much better and smoother now with those old school graphics, and it's amazing. So yeah, those are some games that are going to be coming out in 2022, or at least supposed to be coming out in 2022, because now game companies just say a date and it means nothing, and then it comes out later and it's still not finished. So yeah, I'm excited for video games. There's a long list of good ones.
We love video games too much.
Do we?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
we
what we
probably-
were saying earlier.
Yeah, we probably-
still love video
We
games.
probably do.
I was currently thinking about a video game, so you're.
Well,
I guess I'm going to smash my computer now because I can't love them too much. I guess I got to stop playing now.
so we love video games a lot. It's probably about to snow again, so we're probably about to be playing even more video games because I'm not getting out in the snow.
Good.
But I mean, imagine loving video games so much that you and 15 of your like buddies, or like, what would be a better word? Colleagues.
Lovers?
Colleagues, Tiny. Colleagues. They're distinguished people.
We all love video games, so we're all lovers.
Yeah.
They're not just weird people in basements, okay?
No, they can be in an
With
office.
lots of computers and lots of screens.
They can be in an office with blinds on the windows.
Polyamorous partners.
Yeah, there can be
That can
like
go on and
kiddie
on and
pools
on.
full of Vaseline. And they just wrestle it out. That's how they solve conflicts.
But like dedicating their jobs and their lives to creating a great game. You know, I said last week I've been into the Souls likes, and you know, From Software, they make these type of games, and they just put so much into it. So I don't know, I just imagining this guy who's been working so hard, and his like, you know, he's falling apart mentally. And his job is to like create that first zombie that you come to in the first dungeon in the beginning of like Skyrim. And then he just like, his world's falling apart and he has to give like the most blood curdling zombie scream. I feel like that guy right now.
So
This week has kicked my butthole.
I mean,
so if you come into the office after a fresh butthole kicking,
Yeah, I think that's what I think. This is that's what happened. I think this is me coming clean that I had a shitty week, and I need to just scream.
so
That's what this topic
So we
is.
can do it,
I just
yeah.
realized that.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for helping me come to that realization.
of
I
course,
mean, sometimes our podcast functions like a therapy session.
it really does.
Honestly,
We're not doctors, though.
and so for this week's therapy session, Tiny, Give me your best zombie scream.
Like zombie sound or like scream?
Whatever.
The thing is, as soon as he said zombie, you are what I heard in my head, because you have made that sound before many times for different things.
Yes,
And
probably.
it's so funny to me that I hear you in my head when I hear the
Well,
word
see,
zombie.
that reminded me.
Nice.
Your zombie scream reminded me of what made me want to do this topic in the first place. I was playing Mortal Shell, just like last week said. But the sounds that you make when you kill your enemies, like the sounds that some of these enemies make, it was just like sticking in my head. It's like one of them you kill, and he's just like, ooh! Like it was just so creepy, but funny at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
because
that's what spawned this whole idea.
Because you're imagining
And
like
that's-
people in the studio, like, and they're
Right.
running it back 30 different times.
That's the one they chose.
See, I'm pretty good at like small things, like squishy things. Like I'm better off at making those kind of noises.
Of course you are.
It's
Give me. What are you talking about?
like, say you've got an insect creature you're going up against, and you slice their head off for the final kill, and it goes.
Yes.
So you got that squeal, but you also got to wait for the.
That's a good squirt.
Yeah.
Well, and see, maybe this is also what kind of spawned this because, I'm late to the party, but I'm just starting Bloodborne, and there's this one boss in Bloodborne, and there's this blood curdling like wolf's howl, but it also sounds so human, and like it kind of like
It's
give me nightmares.
No, it's hurtful. The multi-tonal howl.
Right, and I
Yeah.
don't always play with the sound up though, but like sometimes I'll put the headphones on just for that experience, and it helps, especially when you're going through this level and you hear like little like skittering behind you or something because when you've got your headphones on.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, maybe that's why I've had a bad week. I don't think I've been sleeping well.
Yeah, but I
don't think so either.
After I spent the time at
I think I hate myself.
Yeah,
I think that's why I like that game.
Yeah, it's understandable. After I spent that time at Dane's house, like I was creeped out by the fact that there was a kitchen behind me. Like I was just thinking, like, something there. Is something there?
There's an open room behind me. It could be anything. There's a Sonic game called Sonic Unleashed, and just you mentioning the guy screaming. Would you like to hear what it sounds like when Sonic Unleashed dies? He turns into a werehog. He's a werewolf hedgehog, and when he dies, the sound he makes is incredible. And let's listen to that now. When you think Sonic, do you think?
That sounds like a fat man standing outside screaming at the sky.
That sounds like somebody finally got Seagal.
I mean,
Do it again. This is Steven Seagal. This is futuristic.
All right, so Steven Seagal runs up to you.
No, somebody finally out Aikida'd him.
Okay.
Screaming at the sky in defeat as he's laying on the ground. Hold on, he's too fat to get up. He's looking at the sky.
I can see that, but I can also see like me leaving an ice cream shop with my ice cream on my cone, and the ice cream falls off the cone and lands on a piece of dog poop. Yeah.
But just that's Sonic. That's a sound Sonic makes.
Yeah, I would not
canonically.
think that.
Yeah.
I would not think that.
Yeah,
Oh, help.
it's incredible.
There's
my
got to be
goodness.
something else that can go along with that. Marcus, give us something to go along with that sound. What does that sound like to you?
Oh gosh, I had something, but it is gone. It was so
beans.
fleeting. Yeah, I told you.
Oh, your hemorrhoid finally burst.
Oh God.
Okay, we're good.
Gross.
We can move past. I'm sorry.
So good. I'm gonna
finally burst.
have to put that on the soundboard at some point.
Yes. Yeah, that's
The
what we need.
werehog scream.
Oh my goodness. But often, when we play these games, you often maybe either create a character or you're playing Kratos or you're playing, whoever, some avatar character, and you die a lot. Is there any like memorable like death sounds that like characters make? Like what do they make in like Zelda games? How does Link sound when he dies?
But it's a yell a lot of times. It's I can even look it up for you if you'd like to hear it.
So
I don't know about that one.
that physical, I feel like I was physically assaulted by that because it was like dissonant, so it kind of warbled a little.
Yeah, there was some computer distortion on it that was creeping me
It
out.
sounded like Link was getting ripped out of his universe and thrown into ours, but it was through a computer screen in 1989.
So anyway, back when I worked at the Factory of Sadness, I had a group of guys that we played a game together called 7 Days to Die. And this game was in early alpha stages. Like we was in it in like alpha 9 or alpha 10, and now they're like 16. But they had this glitch on the gravity. So anytime your character would die, he'd be like, ugh, and it'd be dead, right? But in the gravity glitch, you could just be running along, trip over a rock, and you go flying in the air until you like leave the world. So that happened to me once, and he went, "Huh!" it's like somebody just jerked him real hard up in the sky.
That's a God yank glitch.
Well, what does a good heroic death sound like?
Probably
Dane?
something Viking-esque.
That was really good.
Was it?
I liked it.
Was
I
it
liked
really
it.
good?
I felt the heroicness of it.
Well, yeah, because you have it's more than one sound because you've got that extra fight in you.
Yeah, because you've just failed your mission.
Yes, it's not over. Your mission is not over yet.
No. Yeah, it's like an up and a no,
and then no.
down.
I want to try.
He's got the cough.
You should be able to pick your own death sound in a game. Why can't we pick our own death noises?
That's just vomiting.
But me, Dane, as the hero, my death sound would be, dang it. Shoot. Beans.
Poop.
Dang it. You got,
Shucks.
shoot. And then I'm dead. That's my last words.
Or just let us custom record our own screams and load them into the game. Because like I remember I play one sports ball game and it's MLB. It's baseball. I like hitting the baseball. But I remember they used to let you.
It even stands for Marcus likes baseball. Yeah. Made just for you.
What the hell? But they used to let you create your own chants for the fans to chant, and so you make it like "F Dad, he sucks." Like you just make the crowd say that when your team comes up to bat and stuff.
You could really do that?
Yeah.
They'd say whatever you wanted?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'd make them chant like daddy or something just for fun. Something to get me psyched up. Daddy, 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 daddy. I mean, I'd smack that ball so good with my stick.
Could you program your own response into their stuff too? Could they be like say stuff back like everyone else calls me Barry?
What you would do is you would go into whatever team you wanted and you'd go to edit team and then you go to edit team's audio, and so then now you can go and set your own, like, because there's all these audio cues that the game rolls through depending on what team you are, what stadium you're in. And so you just pick your custom audio and set it to whatever. So like if they hit a home run, this track plays or like whatever. Yeah.
That's really cool to customize the game for you.
Absolutely.
That's not common for you to be able to insert your own sounds into a game.
Right. And now we've all got microphones. Like, let me actually say words to my NPCs.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be awesome if they could just like voice, like you could voice text to the NPC?
What if? This is a whole nother
Kind of
level.
like we do
of,
Alexa, just in a video game.
This is a
That'd
whole
be
nother.
stupid.
This is a whole nother level of game design. But let's say you get a game and there's an option to where they'll give you every like line that the hero can say in the game, and it's all out of order, it's all jumbled, none of it makes sense, so you just read the lines and you record them, so that way in the game when those lines come up, it's your voice
Exactly.
saying them in the game.
That would be awesome.
That would be
man.
incredible.
That'd be great.
Wild.
I'd love it if I did like a put on voice. Like they gave me
Put on voice.
Yeah, like a put on voice. Like I didn't
A
do it.
put on.
Put on.
Live like in front. Ah. No, it's
You mean like Sweet Dreams for My Foreskin?
yeah, something like that. No, like like a put on voice, like a character voice, like you know that you're reading it for that purpose.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you do your own character voice. Like what would your
Instead
character
of saying,
sound
what does your character sound like? Voice A, B, C, D. It'd be like,
give them the list of lines that your character's got to say. Have them. You know
or
how
not
much
even that. Just like when you're talking to an NPC, it's like respond
How
with your headset mic. I mean, sure, yeah. There's gonna be times where it's like, I don't understand. What quest do you want? You know. But you know what? It'd be fun. Just sit there and cuss them out, and they, I don't understand.
Local singles in your area.
I'm here to give you a chalice. What did you say?
Local singles in your area.
I feel like that's a side mission. It's a little side.
You're like, I'm single and I need some local singles.
you have saved the
find
king.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
maybe one
sense
day.
on
Maybe
them.
one day. Maybe
Oh
technology is just not there yet. As cool as game design is, I don't know how to do it, and I probably never will.
Local singles in your area. You have slayed the dragon.
You don't need the local singles anymore after you slay the dragon. Everybody wants you then. Everybody.
Be making sex
all-
on everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for therapizing me and letting me make screamy noises, because I needed to let out some frustration on you guys and with you guys and besides you too.
At some point, we'll be able to utilize these death sounds we've recorded for ourselves, because all four of us did our own custom death sound.
We
So
did.
we'll
Even
be
if
good.
it was a squishy insect.
The heroic death cry.
Do you want to play a game?
I do, actually.
Oh, I do. Let's play a game.
So we're gonna play Who Has the Wrinkliest Brain?
Ah, beans.
Da, 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 da. These questions are science fiction based questions.
Oh boy.
We usually talk a lot about fantasy, but I wanted to bring us into the science fiction realm.
Okay.
Fantasy's
So
better.
I have compiled a list of questions from, some of the bigger science fiction things. So I feel like y'all would probably do okay. So Weyland-Yutani is a corporation that belongs to which science fiction franchise? Vroom to answer.
Vroom.
Marcus.
Blade Runner.
No.
Waylon Utah.
Oh,
You got a vroom.
Vroom.
Marcus.
Do I get to Vroom on again even if
Sure.
I miss it?
Yeah, because
Alien.
Yes.
Me and Austin have no
But
idea.
don't they cross over? Didn't you even have a topic about that when I wasn't here?
No.
What?
You're pissing.
I've never seen Blade Runner.
Blade Runner and Alien? A crossover?
Hold on. I'll think of it later. Keep going, Tommy.
Okay. So
Talking about?
in
swear.
in Dune, what must flow?
Vroom, spice.
Yes, Marcus got it.
He's going to
I
win
don't
these
remember
little
the
quizzes. I
phrase.
thought
I
was
don't
bad
remember
at
the
trivia.
phrase. I know it's spice, but I didn't remember
It was
the
never
phrase.
said in the first movie. It was in the
See,
books.
I didn't read
but-
the books though.
But it should have been obvious.
I know, but still, I didn't
It's
want to
the
get it
whole
wrong.
reason they are mad.
I mean,
I'd
okay.
rather learn from Marcus.
So, what was Luke Skywalker's original last name?
Vroom. Star Killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew that
Okay.
one too. I'm just
what,
trying to be
what
merciful.
What was Yoda's original name going to be? It was a Jewish word. Come on.
Rabbi.
Minch.
Minch? They were just
Minch.
calling Minch?
I was going to call him Minch.
You know what that makes...
Isn't that a Jewish word for like someone who's a good person?
Yeah, for like a good
you're
guy.
A Minch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also makes me think of like an old British woman yelling for somebody named Minch, who's a friend. Somebody go find me, Minch.
What was the highest grossing science fiction movie of all time?
Vroom?
Austin.
Avatar?
Which one?
The only one?
Avatar? The only James Cameron's Avatar?
There you go. Because there was also Avatar Airbender.
Oh no! Why would I ever? Why would I
don't
ever?
know. I don't know.
Why would I
just want a little
ever-
more-
That was the highest
I was
grossing
wanting a
sci-fi
little
movie
more
ever.
specificity.
I would be
Yes.
sick to my stomach if I found that out.
Okay. Complete Jean-Luc Picard's drink order. Tea, Earl Grey, blank.
Vroom.
Dane.
Hot?
Yes. You did it.
I did it. I've seen some of those episodes. I enjoy Jean-Luc Picard. He's wonderful.
What science fiction series is Arthur Dent the main protagonist of?
I don't know.
Why don't I know? I know that name. Why don't I know that name? But then again, see, I have this thing to where I can watch an entire movie, TV series,
Not know their
everything,
names.
not know the name of even the main character.
None of us
I can
know.
know the whole story.
Give us a clue so
I
we
won't
might
know
jog.
a single name in the whole thing.
It is a series of books. There's a British author. Dane and I have talked about it at length at some point.
You and I both have talked
Yes.
about it.
This question's
Yes.
not fair.
Have I read them? Or have I just heard
I don't know
of
if you've
them?
read them.
I
The
probably
author's Douglas Adams.
not. Oh, yeah. Hitchhiker's Broom, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes. Hitchhiker's Guide to the
That should only be
Galaxy.
half a point.
Yeah.
That should only be half a point.
Yeah,
That's,
there were
that's
so
why
many
I
clues.
knew in
so
my,
yeah.
That's why I knew it. I was like,
Okay.
damn.
Okay, so I put these questions in my phone with my voice. So this one I'm going to read as is, and then I'm going to read what it's supposed to be. Mark on Mindy first appeared on which show? So Mork from Mork and Mindy first appeared on which
Vroom.
television show?
Vroom. Happy Days.
Yep,
He was an alien and he was Robin Williams.
he was. So what genre of music is played by Max Reno's band in Jabba's Palace?
Ooh. Oh. Vroom.
Dang.
It's called Jizz.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Jizz.
Who
It
told me
is.
that recently?
Me.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, I told the wolf that. Did the wolf tell you that?
I don't know.
No,
I knew it. I recently learned it.
So which cult classic?
Smack it, daddy.
Oh, help it. Yes, Poppy.
What cult classic Joss Whedon show was canceled after only 11
Vroom.
episodes?
Firefly.
Yep. Okay, so what is the name of Ripley's cat in the movie Alien? Or in the Alien movies?
I don't know shit all about
no.
Alien, man.
Nope.
Chester, the cheese man.
No.
Oh.
It was either Jones or Jonesy because she called the cat both
Jonesy.
names.
Oh.
Nope.
What book is Blade Runner based on?
Ooh, Vroom.
Dane.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Yes.
Good job.
That's a good one.
I did a really good thing there.
Good answer. Good
Thanks,
answer.
guys. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
What was the protein bars on Snowpiercer made of?
Vroom?
Dang.
Cockroaches?
Close. Very close.
What's close to a cockroach? Balls roach.
They're gelatinized cockroaches. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. That's cockroaches, though.
This one, I don't think
That's
any of you is
cockroach-
going to
that's
get.
definitely
If y'all
cockroaches.
get this, you automatically win the game. What was the name of Luke's childhood friend that died in the Battle of Yavin? This was not in the movies, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was running through a bunch of names of characters. That
This
died.
is a very George Lucas name. Biggs Darklighter.
We should have known
Wait,
that.
yeah, Biggs was a fighter pilot, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I think he was an X-wing pilot.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I don't think they.
I
I don't
don't
think they said
remember.
his name in the movie.
He's stuck.
I don't remember.
He's stuck. He's
I
stuck.
don't remember.
Get him out of it.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay, he's back. Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, this was Biggs. Here's his face with his mustache.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah,
should have
see?
known that
Remember
one.
him?
We
Yeah.
should have known that one.
Did you know his last name? No.
I've heard it before, but it wasn't logged into my brain. I don't have many spaces for memories.
I understand. It happens.
It happens to the best of us. I mean,
It does. It also happens to the worst of us.
and it's okay if you've got places in your brain that could be used for memories, but they're, taking up other things like other useless nonsense, because that's what it's part about, being human. We remember what we remember. Like, why do we remember jingles? Like, why?
All of my nonsense is very, very useful.
You'll wonder where the yellow went when you brushed your teeth with Pepsodent.
Pepsodent.
Yeah. Like, why?
Why not?
Why do you remember that?
Why?
Because I don't remember that.
I don't either.
That
Why?
was a commercial, a TV commercial jingle.
Yeah.
Jingles are made to stick in brain.
I hate them.
That's why they're made
Yeah.
to do that.
I think I'm made for jingles because I love sticking things in people's brains.
Okay, this is what I was talking about. Fans have been speculating for years as to whether the Alien and Blade Runner franchises take place in the same universe, and to date, there's nothing specifically concrete to nail that assumption down. However, the evidence is there, and it's fairly convincing since the release of Prometheus.
Is this all over 1 point?
Yes, I'm sorry. I went down that rabbit hole.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I hadn't heard that. So,
I mean, I really just declared it. I didn't give any evidence. So
I mean, you pointed
don't have
and
to
you
believe
said
me.
it. So
It was on the intranets.
And so therefore it must be true.
That's my logic.
Absolutely. I mean, I can go along with
Just
that.
like that wormhole I dug into about Keanu Reeves getting sued by Pfizer Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over CBD.
Yeah. It wasn't real.
The whole thing was fake.
It was all
Right.
fake. It was all fake. I had to find out from Reddit because I read an article and I was like, I've read too far into this to believe what it's saying. It makes no sense. So then I type it in and then I also tag Reddit and I look on Reddit and the first thing that pops up is like, yeah, here's the actual website it comes from. It's very trustworthy. The old CIBBBBBBBBB 12645461111 news.
Ooh.
It's great. I loved it.
Jingles?
Jingle. What about jingles?
Is that what you were? Is that your talk? Is that what you were getting into? Is that the thing you were getting into?
No,
Oh.
no, nothing about jingles. It's just
Oh.
just things get stuck in your head like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and you don't know why they get stuck in your head.
Uh-huh.
Just like movies that have really good scores to them and really good songs to them, like In the Land Before Time.
Really funny sounds in them.
James Horner. That's also true. Really funny sounds, really good, like egg crack.
That's a funny sound.
James Horner, who is no longer alive, did the soundtrack to The Land Before Time, and I can still kind of remember some of the movements of the songs and everything that he had scored throughout that. Diana Ross also did the ending theme song, which she, I believe, won a Grammy for. So that was
She won a grandmother?
a Grammy. Yeah, well, that is I get it. We live in the South.
It's a sewing
We-
tin full of little candies.
The song was called "If We Hold On Together."
Sorry.
If we hold on together, someday our dreams will never die. Anyway, that song stuck in my head so much because I watched The Land Before Time so much as a kid. I never knew the history of the song. I just knew now as an adult, I know it, but I never knew. I just knew that song because I'd watched the movie all the way to the end of the credits several times because it's the way a VHS works. When you have an automatic rewinding VHS player, it goes until the end. It's welcome to futuristic technology in the past that's no longer relevant.
I never had one that auto rewound. I'd have to push the button.
Yep.
I have to take it out and put my finger in the white hole and just spin it backwards.
Yeah. I mean, look, I had a friend that he had a tape rewinder. It was a separate unit.
Yeah, honestly, you put it in a different thing.
Yeah, and it
when I
goes,
saw that, I was like, oh my God.
rewinds in like 30 seconds. It was insane.
And I like the way that Marcus's topic kind of tied into this topic and the way that Tiny's game and facts kind of tie into this topic because,
You're welcome.
It's pretty cool. I like it. Because this is past, though. This
Yeah,
is
that's good. We
this
cover
is-
that
this
in this
is-
show.
This is past, and I nerd out really heavy over Donald Virgil Bluth, a.k.a. Don Bluth. Don Bluth, this is a quote that he had said, and it's a pretty good quote. I like it a lot. Said, "You don't show the darkness, you can't appreciate the light. If it weren't for December, no one would appreciate May. It's just important that you see both sides of that."
Mm-hmm.
So it's all of his movies that I can remember from my childhood, even though his animation days date all the way back to Disney with like The Fox and the Hound and other movies like that. I've got a little list here that I'd saved, so let me pull it up for you because I didn't know anything about his Disney life because I just knew his original works that he had done himself.
He was
Which are?
one of the artists. He
Yeah.
was the artist for it. Like
He was one of the Disney artists.
Oh, okay.
So, little brief history on him. He was born in El Paso, Texas, in 1937. So he was fairly old when he died. He died at. Oh no! Holy crap! He's not
still alive.
He's still alive.
Oh, what?
No, I didn't
just
say it.
killed
I
him.
didn't say it.
Don't do
I
that.
didn't say it.
Don't do that.
What have you done?
he
If
was-
Don Bluth dies this year, you did it.
Yeah, we're
no.
gonna punch you straight in the genitals. If
That makes me want to
happens.
cry. Some of my favorite movies as a kid he made, so I don't want to think about that. Walt Disney Animation Studios. He worked for from 1955 to 1957, then again from 1971 to 1979 in the Filmation department. He not of Disney, but another brand called Filmation. He worked there from 1967 and 1970, but he worked on movies such as Pete's Dragon. He worked on Robin Hood. He did Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. He did the rabbit animations for Winnie the Pooh. He also did animations on The Rescuers. There's a lot of Disney movies.
And
So
when I run through those in my head, all the art style is like consistent. Like
Yeah.
you can definitely tell
like
that the same person did those.
that darker tone
Yeah.
mixed in with those brighter moments. And that's what kind of clings the movies to my brain. Like,
Tree stars.
oh my God, man. The first movie that he had done after he and Disney had parted ways, the first movie he had done was actually a religious movie called The Small One. And it's an animated movie from 1979, and it is about a donkey and this little child in Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, when he was born. Small short film. The second one was about a cat, and it was just like it was like one of the original like Disney shorts, kind of like tearjerker things. So that was his second production. I don't remember what it was called, but it's something I'd never seen before, so it didn't cling to me. But the first film they ever made as a feature length animated film, all the people that he took from Disney when he left, they made Don Bluth Studios.
He stole people from Disney.
They all walked out together,
like
formed
he
their own stuff.
thieved from Disney.
I'll
like,
tell you something.
broke in the middle of the night.
The secret
threw
of
these people in a duffel bag.
He
and
didn't.
took them to his own place.
He didn't. They left with him. They wanted to go because they all got to work and do what they wanted to at his production studio, and they made some good movies. I mean, The Secret of Nim. Did anybody ever see that movie? It was about the mouse that lives in the field with a son named Timothy who has pneumonia, and she's having to worry about moving him because he could die. And she's having to like fight. She's like having to fight for their. Oh man, if you've never seen it, it's like not seeing Watership Down.
Oh yeah, Watership Down. Woo.
Like it's like worse than Watership Down as far as like the tone it sets.
I've not
because
seen either one of these.
Because there's magic in it, because there's a stone that has like telepathy. Like you get that from carrying the stone, but it also burns your soul's life away. So her
What is
husband,
this, Nim?
The Secret of Nim.
That sounds cool.
And they're
Yeah,
all
it sounds pretty-
and they're all science projects from a lab experiment that was NIM Laboratories, and they're all intelligent mice that they had made in a science fiction style laboratory. You've all never seen The Secret of
Whoa,
NIM.
yeah, that sounds really good.
You've lost out. We can watch that real quick. It's an hour-long movie, I think. It's pretty great. A lot of plot, a lot of awesome.
Let's watch it right now.
Can't.
Pause it. We're watching it right now.
No, it's okay.
Oh, we're back. We just finished it. It was an amazing movie.
I
What
loved
did y'all
it.
think?
It was
so
great.
good.
And we only had
Favorite.
5
Thank you,
minutes
Austin,
left in
for
the
introducing
episode,
this
but we
to
had
us.
to make that. We had to make that stop.
The second movie that I remembered from him was when he ended up with Steven Spielberg, who is the co-producer of these next movies that he had done, which are An American Tail, which I don't know if y'all have seen An American Tale, about Fievel Mouskowitz, the little Jewish mouse that moves over from Russia, and they're all singing songs, and that's some of the songs that get stuck in my head as well. There are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese.
I've seen Five Goes West.
That was actually one he was not involved with. He
Well,
did
it was
not,
a good one.
He
That's
did not
the one
do
I
that
remember. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw this one as well, but Five Goes West is the
And,
one I had on
and
VHS.
The Land Before Time was also one that he had done, and it was absolutely one of my all-time favorite movies. As a kid, I was babysat by that movie. I'm talking like if you wanted to sit me in front of the television and feed me that movie, I would be sitting still, and that's hard to do for my kind of brain in early developmental years.
Did he work on all 37 of the films?
He made the good one.
Oh, okay. He made the good one.
He made the good
So
one.
episode 6.
And then his next one was All Dogs Go to Heaven.
That is one of the scariest movies of my life.
With the hell scene?
The ground opening up in the prison place with the hell dogs coming out of it scared me to death.
The creaking and the breaking of the wood, the way that the lava sounded whenever it was. You got and you've got like those little demons like biting onto his ankles, and gosh, it was intense. Yeah. I mean, he made a lot of really good movies, and he also did Rock-A-Doodle, which I know a lot of
good.
Rock-A-Doodle. There's a lot of people that haven't seen Rock-A-Doodle, but it's like Elvis Presley, but with roosters. and an Ezekiel from a death of a child.
What?
See, if you haven't seen that movie, you're a bad person.
Well, I'm sorry.
And those songs, I'll tell you, it's absolutely awful how many of those songs.
Well,
my daddy told me how to sing, and that's why this voice means everything. While sun do shine, you better shine.
You gotta crow, and you gotta crow now.
Chanticleer, you gotta crow, and you gotta crow now. It's your job to bring out the sun. It hasn't shined since you left.
It's so good.
Yep. You're a phony. It's coming up without him.
Well, let's pause it again and watch this movie too.
No, we can't. These are all really good animated movies because the style that they're done in, it's not real bright, happy, kid friendly nowadays. It's like too dark, I think, for what kids are fed nowadays as children.
Or for what the corporations think that the kids can handle.
You're correct, because these movies dealt with death, they dealt with loss, they dealt with like murder.
Depression,
like
all kinds of stuff.
like it was ridiculous.
Because Chanticleer, like with losing his voice and stuff, like that character goes through depression in the movie, and you see how it affects the rooster's life with all of his friends and everyone. Like it's you don't see that depth as much. Do what?
Is the rooster okay?
Oh yeah, the rooster's fine.
Oh, the rooster's fine. Different rooster.
Okay. I was about to call him.
And some of the other movies that I remember seeing that they don't stick as hard in my head as those. Thumbelina was one, but that was kind of okay, cool, because I remember Charo. The first time I was ever introduced to Charo was Charo voicing a frog who looked like Charo. So that was in Thumbelina. That was a Don Bluth movie.
Churros are delicious.
He did the whole movie Thumbelina, though. Like, he wrote it, he directed it, he produced it. Thumbelina was Don Bluth's movie through and through. He did the whole thing. But then there was a Troll in Central Park, and then The Pebble and the Penguin.
Yes.
Where he
Why have I never seen any of his movies?
Dude, Don Bluth is incredible.
He's went completely under my notice.
Well, we're going to pause right now and watch his entire filmography.
Whoa, those were so good.
Those were so awesome.
I fell
Marcus, don't you feel
asleep. I
better
still
now?
haven't seen him. I slept the whole time. I'm sorry. I passed out. I've got drool all over me.
All right, let's pause it again for Marcus.
You gonna eat that drool?
Marcus, what'd you think? They were so good.
I can't focus.
God, we're going to pause it again.
Long before the bison or the whale, before the mammoth or the mastodon, came the time of the dinosaurs.
14 hours later.
Marcus, what'd you think about those movies? He's still... Marcus, wake up! Marcus!
I'm bored to
death. No kinds of sounds.
Finished.
How else would you die?
Well, as you can tell, we finished this episode of Nerd Through the Grapevine, podcast where four best friends just gathered and talked about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And you can find us doing that on Twitter and... No.
Yes, we giggle shitted the hell out of that, and it's hilarious. Well, it's okay, because you usually talk about whenever, if you want to get on the 5 stars, whenever you get on the iTunes. So if you want to get on iTunes and tell everybody what you think, get on there, listen to the episode, give us 5 stars, because 5 stars is the fuel that drives the nerds and also drives the grapes, because it's a circle, man. We got a big circle of energy going on with all these people.
Kind of like Mario needs stars.
And it has it on, and it has it on Spotify, a rating system as well. well. And if you wanted to on there, you could leave a little comment on the iTunes and just say why you love us so much, or if you have a complaint, we would like to know those. But also under the
send those to
5
me
secretively.
Send those to me.
you just send those under the 5-star banner as well, because we only read the 5-star comments.
Yes,
So
exactly.
we need to know though.
And on our Teespring, where you can get us on your body with T-shirts and hoodies and mugs and all kinds of stuff, as well as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Nerd Grapevine, and on Patreon, where you can throw us, $5 or more and get a sweet holographic sticker that I designed. And that would be found if you looked up Best Friends period, Tiny Ink period. That's what we're under. That's kind of our blanket company that we've made to put all of our entertainment in.
Precisely.
So,
And just and make sure that if you get those stickers and you want to put them on anything, that it belongs to you. Because if you put that sticker on something that doesn't belong to you, then legally it belongs to us. And we'd have to confront the other owners of it, and it might cause a little bit of like...
The word orgasm is from the French phrase "la petite mort," which means little
death.
And that leads us into Discord. Join us on Discord. Join the Backyard Bonanza. You can be a Mega Malcolm head. You can check out our memes. You can talk to us directly. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and completely circumcised. It's a real good time.
Thought Malcolm died.
oh no,
Did we kill Malcolm?
Malcolm actually got a new
I hope
job.
so.
Oh, you got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
He'll be back. I'm just letting it marinate for a little while. I want him to come when nobody expects it.
Oh no. Well, Dane,
Yes,
when life gives you grapes,
I would take as many grapes as humanly or other speciesly possible, and I would put them in me any way possible through any orifice. But I would leave just enough room in my mouth to express the joy of having so many grapes inside of me, and it would sound a little something like this.
I was hoping you'd go for a kangaroo reference, because if you're carrying all those grapes around inside of your body like some kind of animal, the only thing that you could think of was somebody screaming when they say, "It's a kangaroo!"
What?